Hello, my friends. How are you? I hope all is well with you today. I'm grateful, as always, that you're here with me. If you're a business owner and you're looking for a way to achieve greatness, it's important to learn how to cultivate a pleasing personality while learning the delicate art of aligning yourself with others. And it's almost impossible to enjoy outstanding success without power. And you can never enjoy power without a personality that allows for cooperation. Today, we're going to talk about masterminds and what they will do for you. Because a mastermind makes a huge difference in your life. You have no idea. And that's what we're going to talk about. If you can get into a mastermind, you will be a great success. And let me show you how when I'll be right back. Please stay with me. Today is one of those days, I got to tell you. Anyway, a mastermind is so important. And I have one that I have been running for, I don't know, a year or so. And it's doing great things for the members in it. It's just really amazing because with a mastermind, you get to use your imagination to develop new ideas and new plans that help you reach your goals because you're using the ethers. Now, this is going to be interesting, right? So that means you can pick up on the thoughts of others. And you may have noticed in the past that when you walk into a room, you might get a sense of discomfort or maybe a feeling of excitement. And then there's those times when you feel confused and you wonder why. I didn't walk in here confused. So why am I confused now? Well, that's a really good question, because what's happened is that thoughts and vibrations that remain in motion are forever. And according to Napoleon Hill in The Law of Success in 16 Lessons, this is it. Look how big it is. It's amazing. I love this book. And this was the book that he came out with originally before Think and Grow Rich. And what happened was this has all the business lessons in it. Here I am promoting Napoleon Hill, that all the great minds of his time did not want him to publish. So he published Think and Grow Rich. And it doesn't have any of the meat in it. It has the what it is and why you want it, but it doesn't tell you so much how to do it. But this book tells you how to do it. So anyway, he says the thoughts that pop into our minds emanate from other sources. Other minds can affect us almost immediately with contact with our brains through the ethers. And brains consistently release thought energy vibrations that have a major impact when it comes to a mind. So here's the thing. And you might have experienced this about how other minds have an impact. So say you're living with somebody or you have a spouse or a partner, doesn't really matter who it is, and you come home and you're in a great mood and your partner is in a terrible mood, just a terrible mood, and it doesn't take long until you are in the same space that your partner is in. It's really sad. And you think, wow, I had a really great day. Why am I feeling this way now? Well, it's because the mind of your partner being negative has triggered negative vibrations into the ethers. And it doesn't only affect you, it affects people all over the world when we are constantly negative. So in a mastermind, you have to have a bond of harmony which causes your mind to blend with others. And this blending creates one mass mind growing out of the individual minds that are participating in the group. So it's known that 3 people working together have great power, providing that they're harmonious and they're friendly. If anybody brings negativity with them, then there's a challenge. We can't get our minds to come together because we don't feel that negativity that they're feeling. And they'll bring that to the group, and then we can't do a thing with that. So, if you come and you're harmonious and friendly, the achievements that you can create are outstanding. And it's so outstanding that you can't really compare it to the individual mind trying to create in the same way. And one of the first masterminds was a union between Edison, Ford, and Firestone. And we all know how grand their achievements are, right? Don't you still see the Firestone tires rolling around out there? And the Ford cars are still out there. And we use a light bulb, and that was Edison, right? So talk about a powerful mastermind. Look at what these 3 men did together. Now, a mastermind can be created by 2 people who are willing to coordinate their minds in the spirit of perfect harmony, but the best results appear from a blending of 6 or 7 minds. And when 2 or more people harmonize their minds, their subconscious minds come together to create a power that becomes noticeable almost immediately. You'll say, wow, what a great idea. Or, oh, that was a total epiphany for me. I can't believe that came into my mind. I never thought of that before. That's what a mastermind does for you. And the reason it does that is because each mind is stimulated to a higher rate of vibration, which creates a much more vivid imagination and a feeling of kind of like you're working with a sixth sense. You know what I mean? That sixth sense pops in, and then everything becomes different. Some scientists call this mind blending. That's why it's called a mastermind. The masters come together to work with their minds. So it's because the mind feels as though you're connected, and the ideas come together as one single transmission, creating a power of unity in thought. And each person that is added to the group is, I don't know, how can I say? It's like a battery that increases the power passing through the group and each mind. Through the principle of mind chemistry, they stimulate all the other minds in the group until the mind energy becomes so great that it penetrates into the universal energy known as the ethers, which in turn touches each atom of the entire universe. I bet you didn't know that what you think goes out into the entire universe. So if you have a negative day and you're angry and you're constantly thinking negatively, that's what goes out into the universe and affects all other people. And here's an example. If you're a public speaker and you're standing on stage, you might notice how the mind chemistry works. Because it's well known that as soon as the individual minds in the audience become attuned to the rate of the speaker's vibration, there's a noticeable increase of enthusiasm in the audience and the speaker's mind. And sometimes a speaker can be totally surprised at the height their speech rises to. But a speaker also knows what happens when you don't feel connected to the audience and the energy just ebbs and flows so low. Ugh. Oh, I hate it when that happens. I've had that happen personally. Because, you know, when you get on the stage, it takes a lot of energy to push your information out there and get other people excited about what you're doing. And in fact, they say 20 minutes on stage is like 4 hours in a regular day. So if you've been on stage or you've been presenting for a long period of time, I used to do the 2-day intensive for my sales course. I don't do that anymore because it's really hard to hold the energy up for 2 full days of instruction. And you'll see that sometimes people will get on stage and they'll do a 3-day presentation. By the 3rd day, they look so exhausted, so gray in color, so burnt out, and they have no more energy. That's because the audience is bleeding their energy off consistently. Every 20 minutes is 4 hours for the speaker. So keep that in mind. So always keep water up with you and understand that you are going to have your energy ebb and flow because you give so much of it to your audience, so they'll stay with you. Now, Napoleon Hill says that every speaker knows what happens when this state of perfect harmony fails to materialize in part of the audience. And that's exactly what I've been talking to you about. You know, and all the geniuses, or the people who call themselves geniuses, probably gained their reputation simply because they had a chance to mastermind with other people that supported them in creating new ideas and epiphanies. That's why I love a mastermind. And it's too bad that they don't put students together in schools. You know, they should do it in the colleges and the high schools so that they can mastermind their homework assignments instead of trying to go it alone. That way, we as entrepreneurs would learn to work with other people to create new ideas and understand the principles of a mastermind. And it would move us forward in business so much faster if we'd known how to do that in school. But it's not a part of the curriculum in any school that I know of. Maybe a charter school, but not public school. And it would make such a difference in how children think as adults and make them much, much more powerful. So a mastermind is particularly effective with salespeople, with those of us who have to sell our programs and our products, because we want to become the master in our chosen field for 2 reasons. One is because a mastermind covers every known law of selling and includes supportive ideas that you never find in any other program. And the second reason is that you can come up with some great ideas for marketing your products and programs by working with a small group of people to gather ideas before you go it alone. One of the biggest challenges we have as entrepreneurs is we're constantly trying to go it alone. We're trying to think about how to do our marketing. We're thinking about how to do a sales. We're thinking about how to develop our programs. But we don't think about coming together in a group of positive, harmonious minds so that we can move much faster. You know, no 2 minds think alike, and no 2 minds have ever met without creating a third invisible mind of ideas, strategies, and principles that make a difference in our businesses. It's just that simple. When we all get together and we're all creating ideas for what we could do with our business, we leap forward so much faster, just like those guys I mentioned in the beginning of my talk. The best thing is that other minds have the ability to support us into seeing a situation differently. We may come in with an idea and say, oh, I really want to do an idea this way. But a person in the mastermind might say, yeah, but if you do it this way, this might happen. But what do you think about doing it this other way? And that other way might be a way you never thought of before. Now, I want to tell you, if you come to a mastermind in a bad mood, it won't be long before you'll take all the positive thoughts and vibrations of others participating in the group and make them negative as well. So don't think that being negative, it won't go that way. It will go that way because it only takes one negative person to easily bring down the minds of the rest of the group. So be careful about the group that you join. Think about what it is that you want in a group, and then look around at the different groups until you find a mastermind that relates well to how you think. It's important that you feel comfortable and accepted in your mastermind group, because you don't want to feel like you're going to make a mistake. Now, this is how Carnegie created his steel business. When he arrived at the mastermind, he knew absolutely nothing at all about how to develop his steel company. But as time went on, he developed the most successful steel industry known to man. And it was all because he surrounded himself with men who supplied the knowledge when he had no idea where to begin such a large endeavor. Now, if you want to be like Carnegie, it's important to find a mastermind you can participate in, but make sure you arrive with harmony on your mind and an openness that will support you in moving your business to new heights. That's why I put the mastermind together at the Authors and Speakers Visibility Playground. This is a really fun group that is very, very powerful. And we all meet on Thursdays at 10 a.m. Pacific time to mastermind. And it's amazing what this group has done as a whole. In the past, I've masterminded with people who have created new TV shows. They've created books. They wrote books. They've written programs. They've done the most marvelous things simply because they had a group surrounding them that gave them ideas they hadn't thought of. Very, very powerful ideas. And that's what we do today when we meet on our Thursday masterminds. We create very, very powerful ideas. Then we go out and we work on them, and the results are phenomenal. Very, very exciting, I might add. And I've been in a mastermind the majority of my career, and now I run this one. And I'm the founder of the Authors and Speakers Visibility Playground. And we do a lot of unique things in this group because it's not only authors and speakers, but it's people who support them as well. So don't feel left out if you're not an author or a speaker. But you know, it's almost impossible not to be a speaker if you want to move your business forward quickly and make money. Those who aren't speakers, gosh, get into Toastmasters. That'll help you a lot. That's a great beginning. And I did that myself too. I started off in Toastmasters. I was scared to death that I would never speak, not in a million years. And it was all because I was petrified as a 5-year-old in kindergarten when I was put on stage in a monstrous snowman costume, and I could hardly move in it. And I was expected to dance in this costume. And what I did was I just moved to the back of the stage and stood there by the curtain. That's how terrified I was. Never would I speak in front of a group, or certainly not dance. So think about who you might join. Look around for a mastermind group that can support you so you aren't afraid to speak up. It's a good way to start speaking up in a small group. And once you get more comfortable with it, then you'll do more and more and more of it on your own. If you join our groups, I promise you, you'll be doing more and more of it. So many of my students say, oh, I was just hiding before. I did nothing but hide before. But now I'm out and I'm selling and I'm doing really well with my business. So I invite you to come to the Business Referral Mastermind in this group and get your feet wet. Find out what you think. I'd love to connect with you. And you'll even have a chance. Oh, here we go. You'll even have a chance to speak for 10 or 15 minutes so that people can get to know who you are, so they know how to refer you. So this might really help you out. And that's why I wanted to talk to you about the mastermind group. So if you want to be like Carnegie and you want to be #1 in your area of expertise, the mastermind is the way to go. I promise you. So what I'm going to do is put the link to our mastermind down below, and all you have to do is click on it to join the group, and we will gladly accept you in. We'd love to have your mind working with our mind. And sometimes we have more than 7 people, though, I have to tell you, because it's people show up from everywhere, all different areas of expertise, and they get a lot of feedback. And many come with questions about, what do I do next? I've done this, I've done that, I've done the other thing, and I don't know what to do next. So if you have a question about what to do next, show up at the Authors and Speakers Visibility Playground Business Mastermind Referral Group. I'll see you then. That's it for me today. I really appreciate that you showed up. Please don't forget to like my channel. I'm so desperately trying to get to 2,000, and I really need your help. So if you haven't yet joined the group, if you, I'm sorry, I got a little tongue-tied right there. If you haven't yet joined, click the button for my channel, and you'll know when I'm speaking. I'd love to even have you come and speak on the show if you're interested, and if you have a topic that you think people would love hearing. Join me. Join the group. That's the best way to connect to me, and then we'll talk about how you can speak on this show. Thank you so much for joining me on the Heart-Based Business Show. You've been fabulous, and I've so appreciated you being here with me. See you next Wednesday. Take care, everybody, and stay well.